Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos, and welcome to an episode of He Rants. I'm your host, Felix Long Trousers.
That's it.
All right, let's not waste more time. Let's get right into this reaction.
Do you aspire to be a stay-at-home mom?
If it comes with an allowance, yeah.
An allowance?
Yeah, like if he gives
Makes
me money
sense.
weekly, yeah.
Obviously, the man is working out there getting the bread, so life is good for you.
Yeah.
But
it
you
has
saying
to
you
be.
want
That's
even an
part of
extra
it.
incentive, like give me a little bit of extra.
Of course.
Yeah.
I also want to have my own
Yeah.
thing too.
There
Like I
you
want to
go.
have my
Yes,
own
own
credit, my own
business. Yes.
cards. I want to have my own thing. Where
Why do you want your own?
I'm gonna tell you why I want my own. Because
So that way she can leave you. You know what I'm saying? That way she can leave you, man. They're always going to tell you something like, oh, well, just in case if he leaves her or something like that, she has some money to fall back on. Nah, man. I also want to say this, too. Isn't it funny that joints can do everything like a child and it's okay, but if a guy was to request certain things, it'd be a problem? Like, for example, right? See how she just cleanly just said, she didn't even sugarcoat it. I'm okay with being a stay-at-home mom as long as I get an allowance, right? Isn't that like what children get? Like, you know what I'm saying? You give a child an allowance for doing work and everything like that. So you want to be a stay-at-home mom and get an allowance, what, for your own money to do your own thing? I mean, I would assume that you and your husband would have a joint account and everything. Y'all can do the stuff together, if anything, or he can get the stuff for you. To help you out. But I mean, the allowance thing, like I said before, it seems like something like kids, right? But if I was to say I want my wife to cook or clean, are you looking for a mother? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you a child? Oh, he's trying to look for his mother or something like that. So are you trying to look for your dad? Are you trying to look for your father, which you don't have? If you're talking about something, let me stop playing. Let's get back into this. I'm just rapping.
I'll tell you why I want my own. Because nothing is forever.
So you think that it's okay for
me
a
take
woman
notes.
to be a stay-at-home mom as long as she could plot her exit?
It's not plotting your exit.
There's no intention in his mind to make a backup plan.
I'm sorry for pausing it. How is it not plotting an exit? I really feel like a lot of joints from the get-go, they're thinking about like, I might leave. Some people say, oh, no, she's just being cautious just in case. Cautious, look at the divorce rate. We're 50%? 50% divorce rate and initiated 70, 80%. I know you guys are tired of hearing that stat, but I just got to keep saying that. 70, 80% initiated by women. Who's the one planning the escape? They're clearly planning the escape. What are you talking about, son? Let's just be real. 92%. That divorce number goes up to 92% if they are college graduated. Crazy, right? 92% college graduated. That's nuts. It was 92 or 90% around that, or maybe late 80%. I don't know, like 89% or something like that. You guys look it up to confirm. Evan, let's keep going though.
Mind to make a backup plan in case you don't do what you want to do and you decide to just bounce.
Okay.
So what happens is when we get to this conversation is like, why do men not want to be married? This is the example, because if I go and I bust my behind and I provide and protect and I do everything for my wife, not my girlfriend, my wife, she's still thinking in the back of her head that this is a possibility, this is not going to work, and she wants to be okay when it doesn't. The ideology that you have in the mindset is called catastrophizing. A lot of women do it, and basically what that is when a woman is preparing for the tragedy rather than focusing on what is currently happening in their relationship or time.
Well, that's the end of the video right there, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. How many times have we heard joints is just self-destructing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so many joints will have the bag and they fumble the bag somehow, right? Just looking for the worst case scenario. Like, I know you've heard a lot of guys come on and say like, oh my God, bro, like she just be nagging, she finds the problems and stuff and all that. Yeah. To me, that falls all under the catastrophizing thing. I didn't even know that was a word. Actually, I guess I could know that was a word. I didn't know catastrophizing. Okay. But yeah, man, I don't really see a lot of dudes, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't see a lot of dudes coming out and saying like, man, I just want to do this just in case if I have to leave my wife or me and my wife leave. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody might say, but Felix, the argument is though that if she's a stay-at-home mom, he's gonna be making all the money, so he's not even thinking about escaping. But that's the thing. He's not. Maybe I'm tripping. I feel like once you get married, you shouldn't be thinking like, what if this person leaves me, right? Maybe that's bad, because at the same breath, I might be contradicting myself, right? Because I always tell guys like, yo, you need to get a prenup. You go into a relationship. Into a marriage. So a lot of people might look at that and be like, Felix, if you want them to have a prenup, that means you're also thinking something might happen, that they might leave. Here's the thing. You're right. I am kind of contradicting myself, but at the same time, like I spoke about earlier, right? If we're looking about who's initiating divorces, I think if anybody has a right, if anybody has a right to be like, let me get this prenup just to be safe. Let me get a prenup. Let me think about this person might leave me. I think it's the man. Well, I mean, if we're going based off stats, and the rate of divorce and everything, who's initiating them, I think it makes a lot of sense for the guy. The joints, right, for women, it's almost like I almost want to say a matter of when rather than if, right? It's almost a matter of when, like, when am I going to do this? When am I going to decide to skedaddle, right? Because the situation, I feel like, is not ideal for me, right? And he's saying catastrophizing, and I agree with that, because a lot of joints will overblow things and make it seem like things are a whole lot more crazy than they really are. Let's be real, son. Like, so many times I've seen, like I said, I've said this many times, I've seen videos of joints lying and just saying stuff, and in their mind they'll say, I mean, not even in their mind, they'll come out and just say like, well, it felt like you did this, well, it felt like this what happened. And I'm like, bro, you felt this, but that's not the reality of what actually happened. It's a whole lot of crazy stuff, and it's like they will go into that, their mind is racing, just firing off a whole bunch of negative, this, oh, this is this, oh, he's messing with this girl, even though I have no definitive proof, or this guy's not showing me enough attention, oh, he's going out working a lot to bring money home for the family, but he's not showing me enough attention, so I'm gonna be mad, or he's not bringing in no real money, but he's giving me too much attention. I don't know. It's like finding certain things, and then before you know it, you're quick to get out of there, son. So I feel like a lot of them are going into the relationship already thinking about like, okay, we're going to exit. And I feel like that's a negative way of thinking about it, right? I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to always say the prenup thing makes sense for men. I'm sorry. I'm always going to stand strong to that. Prenup makes sense for men, because at the end of the day, y'all are initiating divorces. Y'all being the women are initiating divorces. We just gotta keep it real, son. We got to keep it real. A lot of guys now, you know, I keep saying this, you know, they said by the year 2030, between the ages of 20 and 45, women are going to be single and childless. 45% in 45 years old. That's crazy. And so, yeah, between the ages of 20 and 45, son, single and childless women. Oh, but that means the men are going to be single too. Like I said before, it's going to affect the men bad. It's probably going to be suicides and all that stuff. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Guys, men are very good at self-deletion. That's the bad thing. That is not a good thing that guys should be good at. And, but at the end of the day, trust me, it's going to affect women a whole lot more. Like I said, like I've said this in one of my videos before, like a lot of women, a lot of them is based their life off of like getting a significant other, right? You can listen to all the feminism bullshit. you can make it seem like, oh, we don't care about that. They care about it. They're fighting their biological. They're fighting their biology. At the end of the day, son, this is what they want. They keep trying to fight it and just trying to cope. Like, oh no, we don't want, like, I don't need no man. Those girls that be like, I don't need no man, be one of the first ones thirsting for a dude, son. So please believe me, man. And once that does happen by the year 2030, because it looks like we're en route, we're on pace to really do that. I feel like you already seen the joints on TikToks complaining all left and right. I don't know. I don't know. Like, women are gonna only have to look at themselves and blame themselves for the dysfunction that they have created. But you know, they won't. It's gonna be men's fault. It's gonna be like, these men aren't stepping up. They're not doing what they need to do in order to make sure that we aren't single out here. But at the same time, they're not listening to what we say and our requirements. It is what it is, though, man. But yeah, even coming from me being a married man, son, like really the benefits of being married in this day and age is really, really low. I got lucky. Who knows, though? Let's see what happens in 15 years, right? Okay, let me stop. But yeah, man, like the benefits are really, really low, son. The benefits are really, really low. I don't care. Y'all can bring me the stats about living longer and all that stuff, and I have rebuttals for all of those. You know, so I got rebuttals for all of them. But it is what it is, though, man. What do I know? I'm just a guy on the damn internet, son. I'm just rambling. All right. But if you stay this long, I appreciate you. I love you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as with the post notification. That way you always be wanting fresh to hear the voice. Same time, leave a like, because I'm so damn insecure. And those likes definitely let me know I'm doing a stand-up job. Share this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones, all that fun stuff. And that's all I got to say. Peace and blessings, you ugly mofos. And I'm out.